INFJs, why are we so... INFJs, why are we so awkward? Man, I'm excited, but at the same time nervous because, man, it's my type. And yeah, I don't really like to open myself up, but I gotta talk about this. I cannot even speak properly. I sometimes forget English when I'm really excited, and that's what's happening right now. But anyway, let's get going. Now, first of all, if you would like to skip to the summary section of this video, or maybe the reasons directly, you can find them all around me. Okay, so why do people sometimes perceive us as awkward people? Well, because number one, we're trying to juggle between being nice and overly super extra ultra nice. And I think you know what I mean by saying overly super extra super duper nice, right? This is when we're trying to display our love too much and to basically smother people with our niceness. Let me help you, let me help you. No, I'm gonna help you right now. Yeah, I'm such a good person. It's almost like we're demons for other people. Thank you, but I don't need help. Yes, you do. A good demon. Or maybe it's a bad demon, because we're trying to help too much and people don't want it. This is all because of our really developed FE, right? So because of our really developed extroverted feeling, we might feel like the needs of other people are more important than ours. And that causes us to be people pleasers. So because of this, I think we might be worrying that we come across as somebody who's too motherly, right? Or somebody who's repulsive because he or she is trying to help us too much. Or we might be afraid that you want to take advantage of us, like for example in the case with narcissists, right? Because they see that the person is kind of too nice, right? In societal standards. And then maybe they think that this is somebody that they can leech on. And so the more we worry about coming off as these three things, the more attention we give to it, the less attention is left to the interaction itself. And the more neurotic and the more immature an INFJ is, the more you'll notice him or her floating in space when you're speaking to him or her. It's really weird. And awkward! Okay, another reason why people might consider us awkward is number two, mental multitasking. Okay, so this is because our intuition is working all the time, and that means that we are not gonna be just listening to you, but also listening to the things behind your words. Right. Nah, just kidding. So anyway, unlike SP types, we are not gonna be just listening to you, so we're gonna be doing a lot of other things on top of just listening to you. And it might seem as if we are just listening to the words that come out of your mouth, right? But what we're actually doing is analyzing the shit out of you. Analyzing you so much, it's ridiculous. Okay, so what is really hard for us to stop analyzing is all the little details that are between the lines. Like for example, the movement, the micro movements of your eyes, right? Or maybe your strange smile this day, or maybe your body posture or body position, right? And maybe your voice tone or voice pitch. These are all small details that we automatically analyze. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's automatic, it's not conscious, it's unconscious. I don't control it, it's just there. So at least, I don't know, maybe 25% already goes to something else. So maximum that I can give you on that particular day is 75%. Sorry. These are all the clues that we cannot stop analyzing. This is so important to understand. And that is why it's really, really hard to pay 100% attention just to your words, just to your content, your information. Of course, it depends on the mood. Maybe you're in a bad mood. Well, in that case, maximum that you can expect from me is only 20%, right? Or maybe you're really tired. Well, in that case, of course, it's not going to be a big percentage, right? But just understand that for any INFJ, it is always more than just about verbal communication. It's not just the words that come out of your mouth. Also, on top of that, we might be dealing with something that we still did not figure out how to deal with. For example, we had a very bad conversation or a conflict right before the conversation with you, right? And yeah, that caused us to be out of balance. Because guess what our extroverted feeling wants for us? Harmony, all the time, 24/7, 365. Which means sometimes we cannot let go of a situation until we reach the point of maximum harmony. So sometimes we might even get consumed with a conflict, for example, or a situation that made us feel really uncomfortable until we find a solution to this problem. And before that, we are not gonna feel comfortable. Or sometimes we might like to find at least an explanation to know what was happening, because it was hard for us to identify what was happening in the moment. And sometimes only when we find a proper explanation or maybe a solution to a problem, only then we can finally let it go, right? And then we can completely concentrate on our conversation with you. Even though we're still gonna be analyzing you, because we just cannot stop it, right? This is our dominant function, man. So don't get mad at us or surprised when you are speaking about your new promotion and how you like it and blah blah blah, and then only to find us with this kind of face. Yeah. How could this happen to me, man? We still did not process everything from our last interaction, and it takes us time to do it. I don't think a lot of INFJs are fast people, to be honest. I think it takes us quite a while to reach a conclusion and to digest some information. Which is good news for you, because we do care about you. We do care about your promotion. It's just that we need more time to digest our past things. So whoever is this person who got the promotion and is really happy, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, we do care about you, okay? The thing is, our INFJ mind is trying us to go back into this event that happened, for example, a really bad interaction or a conflict, right? And then imagine us what would happen if we said this line, and maybe this line, and that line, and did this and did that, and there are so many possibilities. And all of them are somehow better than what happened in reality. And therefore we want to find the most optimal, the best solution ever, and then that is going to be our solution. But the problem is we're doing this at the same time when you are talking to us about your promotion. And you have nothing to do with our processing, and it's not because of you, it's because of us. So don't take it personally if you found yourself in that kind of situation, because most INFJs are not doing this consciously. They sometimes, just like me, we are sometimes not understanding how we are coming across to people. Even though we're so good at psychology, right? At learning all the patterns and predicting the future, and wow, you're so amazing. But that is not always the case. In my experience, and I think a lot of INFJs will agree as well, we are doing this to find out the answer to those two questions. Why did this happen? And what can I do to make sure that this does not happen again? And until we find answers to these questions, it's gonna be really hard for us to concentrate on what you have to say. Sorry. We can also look at the other end of the spectrum and ask ourselves, why are some people not awkward at all in these kind of situations, right? And it's because they do not think about other things. So they're focusing on just one thing. And of course, just focusing on one thing and doing one thing really good is easier than doing three things at the same time really good, right? And of course, because of this, the quality of doing these three things gets compromised. But again, that does not mean that we do not care about you, because we do care about you, okay? The good news is that with time, INFJs get better at it and they can concentrate more on what you have to say and daydream a little bit less and be less in their head. Even though it's our sweet default state most of the time. And the third reason why I think people perceive us as kind of awkward is the fact that most of us, if not all of us, are perfectionists. Oh my God. And this perfectionism manifests itself in different possible ways. And one of the ways that I particularly love, right, is when I think that there is only one best way to say something. And I have to say it in the right way and at the right time. And if I do not say it in the right way and in the right time, guess what I'm gonna tell myself? Oh, you didn't say it the right way. Well, guess what? You deserve a mental facepalm. Give this man a facepalm. Ouch. So in order to escape this mental facepalm, right, you want to be perfect. And your mind thinks that the only way to do this is to say in this one specific way. Of course, as you can imagine, that can generate quite a bit of anxiety. Anxiety because we just have to do it right. And if we just dare not to say it in the right way at the right time, well, then we're gonna take it as an evidence of our inferiority. And that is brutal. That can drive us crazy. That can tear us apart. And so naturally, because we give more attention to saying it the right way, we are given less attention to the actual interaction. Because most interactions are not perfect anyway, right? They are just an organic process that includes sometimes you making mistakes, and that is okay. Another way that perfectionism can manifest itself is when we are trying to maintain harmony with every single person, even the one, especially with the one that does not deserve it, yeah? And then we are trying to be as good as possible, as given as possible, as nurturing as possible with everybody, 24/7, 365 days a year. Now again, this might leave people thinking that we are repulsive because we're smothering too much, right? Or that we are boring, or that they can take advantage of us. Okay, concluding this video, I would like to tell you that if you are INFJ and you find yourself as being one of those people that I described right now, do not take it as a sign of your inferiority, okay? Take it as something that will enable you to go to the next level, not something that will drag you down and be a curse in your life, okay? Because I know that all of you, dear INFJs, have so much potential. You are not wrong because this is your personality type, and every single personality type has its own weaknesses, not just strengths, right? Let's be realistic. But hopefully now it's easier for you to understand why you or other people might think that you are kind of awkward. And yeah, maybe if you are having this kind of situation, now you can explain to them what is actually happening in your mind, inside your head. Alright, thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate that. If you found value in this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing. Also, if you know somebody who is INFJ or maybe somebody who will benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below. Here is the summary, and see you in the next video.